Alright, we're back at our reverse a string challenge for the last time. We're going to use the for of loop as opposed to the for loop that we have used before. And in this approach of using the for loop, instead of looping through the last item headed to the first item in a string, we're going to start with the first character in the string. So instead of our previous challenge with the for loop in which we started with the last character and looped all the way to the first character, in this case we're going to begin with the first character in our string and loop all the way to the last character in our string. So go ahead, check out how the for loop works, and in a moment I'll walk you through some pseudocode. Okay, and the first step is going to be just to create a reverse string variable with an empty placeholder string, which we've previously done. Next, we're going to want to use the for of loop to loop through the string. Again, we're starting with the first character and not the last. In the code block, what we're going to do is we're going to add the current letter being looped through to the front of the reverse array. And so because we're starting with the first character in the string, adding it to an empty string, the next time we loop through, when we add the second character, we're adding it to the front of the first character that's already been added to our reverse string variable. And so we're going to keep on adding the characters as we iterate through the string to the front of the string, and that's going to reverse our string. So let's go ahead and we'll declare a variable called reverse string, and we'll set it equal to an empty string. The for of statement creates a loop iterating over iterable objects, including built-in string, array, and array-like objects. And so we'll hop down to an example and see where they're doing this with a string. Now I'll go ahead and type in my own version. Let's say we declare a variable greeting and we set it equal to the string hello. Now let's just say we want to log to the console each of these characters. Previously with the for loop, we would have used the for keyword, then we would have set a variable I equal to 0, and then we would have created a condition as long as I is less than greeting.length, we would then increment I by 1 to loop from the beginning to the end. And we would just run in our statement console.log greeting at index of I, the current item that we are looping through, and we would get HELLO. Now the for of loop is much smoother than that. We would simply just say for var letter, and letter is going to represent each individual character in our string of, this is where we get the title of for of loop, and then we pass in our iterable. In this case, it is greeting that we want to loop through. And then we would just log to the console. And instead of typing in greetings at index of I, the current item that we're looping through, we can see that we've already assigned letter to each character in our string. So we can just type in letter, and we get HELLO. It's a much more concise, clear way of writing your code. There are times where you will want to use a for loop over the for of loop, but in this case, either will work perfectly. So now we'll go ahead and we'll use our for keyword, and we'll say var letter of string. And so letter is going to represent each character in our string, and string is the iterable that we are looping through. So in the code block, we simply want to take reverse string, which in the beginning is an empty string, and we want to set it equal to letter plus reverse string. So in the first case, with a reverse string of car, we would have the first letter we're looping through, C, plus reverse string, which is an empty string, which would simply give us C. The second time through, reverse string will be set to the letter we're looping through, which is A, plus the current value of reverse string, which is C, which would give us AC. The third time looping through would give us the letter R. So we would have R plus the reverse string value, which was AC, to give us RAC. Alright, so now that we have done that, let's go ahead and simply return reverse string. Now let's go ahead and run our code to make sure we get the results that we would expect. There we go. RAC for one string and RAB for the other. Alright, great job on this challenge, and we'll see you in our next.